Tuesday Cinco, everybody. It is 6:45 in the morning. On the road, about a half mile done. I'm making my way to St. Louis today, which is about 64, 65 miles. Boy, sun is out this morning, casting a nice long shadow. You know, I've seen several comments. People say, you know, do you listen to music along the way? Do you listen to podcasts? What do you do all day when you're banging out those long miles? I'll tell you. Gonna tell you a tale, and it isn't very tall. The man who's ridden bike trails, nearly ridden them all. Route 66 in the summer, should have ridden it in the fall. This is the ballad of Adventures with Paul. That is what goes on in my head all day. Maybe I need more electrolytes. When I was looking at this route, I went a little further east than I needed to, because right down there at that house, there was a tag on Ride with GPS that there was a mean white lab, and it looks like he's running down the road right now. So I think I've got the jump on him. So now that I got my breath back, a huge thank you to the person that put that menacing dog highlight on Ride with GPS. Approaching the Mother Jones Monument. This is dedicated to Mother Jones, who was an activist for miners. I love that. I'm no angel, get it straight. I'm not a humanitarian, I'm a hellraiser. Pray for the dead and fight like hell for the living. This woman was a pistol. One of the neat things about Mother Jones is she was a woman of influence and power, but when she died, she wanted to be buried in the same graveyard as the working class miners. Now approaching Soulsby's gas station. Remember that guy? Guess which way I'm going. All right, well, I couldn't get through that construction area, so I met up with two other guys. We're just taking the highway down on a detour. That was fun. Got to ride with Bill and his friend all the way from Staunton down here to, I think it's gonna be Horton. But I got a bunch of local intel, kind of from people in the area. You can tell we're an agricultural country, and we've got a whole store that's displaying farm machinery. You're riding Route 66 from Chicago westward. Once you hit Staunton, Illinois, you can basically get on bike paths like 95% of the way, all the way to St. Louis. Edwardsville, everybody. Mom gets another postcard. Edwardsville, Illinois has the West End service station. It's place is open Wednesday through Sunday. And of course it's Monday, so we're not gaining entry. Did make it here during the centennial, so that's cool. It's time for Jeopardy! We will play historical figures for 1,000. This adventure duo mapped out the west of the United States in the 19th century and has often been known for having camped here. Dum, da-dum, dum, 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 dum. Right. And the answer is, who is Lewis and Clark? All right, maybe not 100% Route 66, but it is on the route. And Lewis and Clark were famous for having camped here, and they set off from St. Charles, Missouri. Wow, there is nobody on this trail today. Well, except for me. I mean, I'm a somebody. But if I listen to my second grade teacher who said I was going to grow up to be a nobody, well then, there is nobody on this trail today. It's time again for Route 66 Jeopardy! We will take Route 66 historical landmarks for 1,000. This structure is famous for having a mile-long span and a 22-degree bend as it crosses the Mississippi River. Oh. Da, 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 da. Happy. Answer is, what is the Chain of Rocks Bridge? Yes! File this under, it's better to ask and be denied than never to have asked at all. I went up to the workers where the road was closed leading up to the Chain of Rocks Bridge, and I just started to get off my bike and they waved me through. And I'm like, I can go through on a bike? And like, yeah, go! I'm like, oh, that is so awesome. Mighty Mississippi, and I'm on the Chain of Rocks Bridge. Oh, what a fitting end to the Illinois section. Motorcycles on a bike trail, because why not, right? Well, that is definitely closed. There's going to be no way around that. So this is my detour. Check out this art installation. It looks like it was going to be a playground, but it's like in the middle of nowhere. And me at the bottom. I think if you've never been here at the base, it's hard to get a sense of the size and scale of this. I feel like if you got in a fight with someone here, they would be your arch enemy. I think McDonald's was building its largest sign here, but they ran out of money halfway through. To build something this massive, you need a PhD in architecture. Okie dokie. So, here's the new plan. Everyone that I've talked to locally about the flooding have said that their areas are just underwater and it's really pretty bad news. So I am not going to continue on Route 66 and go towards Springfield, Missouri. But you ain't stopping the freight train that easily, because here's what I am going to do. I'm going to detour from St. Louis up here up to the Katy Trail, and I'm going to ride that across to Columbia. Oh, and in case you noticed, yes, the Insta360 X5 is back.